Hello everyone, tonight let me bring out the audio so that everybody can hear me. Yeah, it's better now. A little more down. Yes, no time to waste. Campaigns have started for those of you who are believers, especially in politics. Those of you are always asking me to discuss politics every time. Well, this time we want to talk about what this young presidential aspirant must do as the campaigns have officially kicked off, right? So let me let you see the topic again. What Sowore, Fasua, Durotoye, Obi, Moghalu, Eunice, and others must do as campaigns have now officially kicked off. Just a moment, I want to quickly get something set for those of you who I know people start coming online now. All right, just a moment. All right, let's get started. I will begin by talking about the common things to all of them, what is common to everybody, what all of them must do, before I now begin to mention the specifics of what individuals must do. All right. Some of you already know why I'm laughing. Right? I'm not discussing Jubilee tonight, everybody. All right. So I'm ready. I was trying to get something set there. All right. So those of you on Facebook, sorry, as the practice is, you'll be able to watch the live stream, but you will not be able to. We will not be able to take your comments from. And I need to put this forward before I begin the topic itself and the analysis I want to do tonight, because a lot of people will be saying, "Oh, you didn't read our own comments from Facebook." Sorry, for now I'm not able to get comments directly from Facebook, although you'll be able to watch directly on Facebook. But then, if you have any comment, I read comments on Facebook after the live stream or live broadcast has ended. But if you have any comment that you feel I should treat while the show is still on, please do not hesitate to come on the show on YouTube. I mean, head over to YouTube so that you can put your comments and then we can treat them immediately. Well, let's go straight to the point. No time to waste tonight. What Sowore, Fasua, Durotoye, Obi, Moghalu, others must do has campaigns officially kick off. Well, let's start now. I want to begin with what is common to all of them. Well, it is important that we let all of them, or we remind them that they cannot immediately be like the big wigs, because those ones do not have anything to start proving all over. They have been in the game for a very long time, whether they had been losing or winning or trying to come back, they had been there. So they had been popular. When we say popular, I don't mean that they are accepted as such, but that they are already known to many people and they belong to the parties that have already been known by many people. So what do these new aspirants need to do to ensure that they rub shoulders effectively with the ones that have already been in the league? Let us not deceive ourselves by trying to claim or trying to pretend that they will get the same votes or be the same as those that have been contesting over time since 1999 or 2003 or 2007. It's their first time. We only wish that they perform well, but let us not deceive ourselves. They cannot perform exactly the same way that these same people have been performing over the years. Don't also forget that they are the ones that have been controlling the military, the resources, the economy and everything. So it will make them have so much edge at this time in 2019. But then what we are saying is that we want to see what these people can do to help them at least rub shoulders effectively. If they don't even win, at least rub shoulders effectively. I'll start with the general things that all of them must commonly do first of all. And then I'll go into the specifics with individuals, mentioning them one by one, by one, by one. All right? So the first thing I'll mention here is that number one common for all of them is that they must learn to break their high cerebral words and idioms to layman standard. And I'll give an example of if Obi Ezekwesili, for instance, wants to go and talk to people in Agege. Of course, the idiomatic, highfalutin idiomatic words he uses and all those big World Bank grammars will not work. The same thing for Moghalu, it will not work, because the more people you also need to vote for you are also people who do not even understand all these economic principles, terminologies, and the rest of them. They don't care, right? Even if they care, if you say what they do not understand, they'll just be looking at you like you are speaking some theories to them, all right? So even the rest of them too, Durotoye, motivational speaker, Sowore, and all that, learn to speak Yoruba language if you can, learn to speak Igbo language, learn to speak Hausa language, because we need to communicate with everybody across the geopolitical zones, including the 36 states of the country. So it's a whole lot of work for you, and you have to understand that this is what is required. Those who understand your big grammars do not necessarily vote. Those that vote do not understand those big grammars. So you need to break all those things down. It's just like trying to come down from your high horse to say, this is not a matter of cruising on my high horse now. It's a matter of coming down to the level of everybody. Don't forget that the ruling class has over time perpetuated the perpetration of making everybody come down to poverty level. The reason they are doing this is to make sure that these people are usually available for them after every 4 years that they need to come out and buy them with 4,000, 5,000 naira. So you need to come down to those people's level and say, come, this is what these people are doing to you. And the language you have to use has to be a language that they all understand and can relate easily with. So don't go overboard by trying to use economic terms of the World Bank, especially Moghalu and Obi. They will not work this time. Durotoye also, your grammars, they are good. Your phone is good. It will capture people in Lekki, but when you go to Agege, it will not. When you go to Kokomaiko, it will not. Ipaja Yobo, it will not. Alright? The people who understand your grammars in those places are not even interested. At least as for now, this is reality. Alright? Number 2 common to everybody is this. Let your vice presidential nominees or candidates start using their strengths to the fullest for you in their own zones. And this speaks specifically also to those of you who have your vice presidential candidates either from if you are from the southwest and your vice presidential candidate is from the north, or if your vice presidential candidate is from the east. If you are from the east, your vice presidential candidate is from the north or south. You have to ensure that you let them start also campaigning with you. They have to be going everywhere with you, especially in their own regions. They have to start working for you. Use them to their fullest. Of course, part of the reason you also make sure that the person who is going to be your deputy or your vice is not somebody from the same zone as you is because you want to be sure that where you do not have strength, their own strength will cover for you. So don't let them at this time, if they have been lulled or not speaking up, this is the time for them to come out. So don't waste your time waiting. Let them start using their strength for you. The number 3 common now. Get and take artists per region that believe you to follow all the ways and campaign with you. And let me explain. If you go to the south, there are artists that believe in, that they love, that are fans. Anyone that believes in you, it doesn't have to be the most popular. The ones that believe in you, make sure you go with artists along with you to campaign with you. Alright? If you are going to maybe River State, for instance, if you are lucky that Timaya believes in what you're doing, let Timaya come and perform for you. Always check before you go into the region to campaign. If there's any artist that they love, that is in love with what you're doing, get that artist to work with you. Let them perform. Campaign is not only about your manifesto in Nigeria. Campaign is also more of carnival. And I must reveal here that part of why the Occupy Nigeria campaign 2012 was effective was because a lot of artists came on board. So they gave it a carnival-like face. If it was only Seun Kuti, Pastor Bakare, Joe Dumaki, Yinka Dumaki, Dede Mabiaku, Abiodun Aremu, and all those people, activists that were there, forget it. You can't get out of that crowd. Even if Pastor Bakare mobilizes all members of his Lateran Assembly Church, he will not feel that, that arena, the way it filled it, that Freedom Park. The reality is that most of the people who came there because they were seeing Nice, they were seeing Kwamwan, they were seeing so many, Desmond Elliott, an artist that they always adore and see on screen every time, and they want to associate with. So those ones added to the weight of what you people did in 2012. Otherwise, if you call the next Occupy Nigeria, it will be only you and your family, if your families will even come. All right. But the reality is that you need artists to build up with you, and that is how you can achieve it. All right. So any artist that believes in what you're doing, get them along with yourself. Let them come and perform each time at every state convention or rally you are mobilizing for. Ensure you do that, because somehow they have their own fans and crowd that they draw for you. If you want to depend on what you can do alone, you will achieve very little. And let me put it this way. 1% of the effort of 100 people is more than 100% of one person's effort. Let me repeat it and then interpret it. 10%, 1% of the effort of 100 people is more effective than 100% of the effort of just one person. In other words, it will just be as easy as anything if there are 100 people putting just 1% of their efforts. But if you are only one person doing maximum, you will get tired and you will still not get more than what you are capable of. But 100 people bringing in their fans, 1% is a lot. So the strength of the broom is in the number, and I'm not talking about APC's broom. I'm just being idiomatic or figurative, if you like. Don't mind that I play, but my words, I'm serious about what I'm saying here tonight, alright? Those are the three commons for everybody. And I want to now go into the specifics for them individually. Individually now, I want to speak. Alright? Let's go there. Who do I start with? And I don't want to have any specific order. Alright? Okay, let's go. No specific order. Alright? Okay, the first person that appears by ballot is Madam Obi Ezekwesili. Apart from all those three things I've mentioned for everybody as a matter of common, Madam Obi needs to do everything possible to dissociate herself from the Obasanjo figure, because it will affect her seriously. And by the way, Obasanjo cannot even support her. From feelers that I have, Obasanjo cannot even support Obi Ezekwesili. Obasanjo will still want to throw his weight behind those that are begging him right now with their supposedly big structure, maybe an Atiku, because he's currently trying to revenge against Buhari, So, Obi should do everything possible to dissociate. Yes, we know that Obi loves her former boss for whatever reason that they worked together before. And she believed that Obasanjo at least did better than the current, alright, in terms of many things. But then, try to dissociate yourself. Try not to even mention Obasanjo at all. Try to make your fans, your believers, your disciples, your followers forget that Obasanjo ever used you or ever brought you to limelight, just continue doing your own thing. You have already made a name with the BBOG campaign that you, without Obasanjo, did, or co-convened and worked, including your red carpet, red card movement. Try. Don't mind me. I can joke. I'll joke when I'm mentioning everybody. Forget. Let's try as much as possible to just dissociate from Obasanjo. Just be doing your own thing. Number 2, Obi seriously needs to learn how to speak. And I want to be specific now. I know I mentioned it in the general or the common for everybody. But also more specifically, Madam Obi needs to ensure that she doesn't speak too much of economic terms and grammars, especially mentioning the World Bank. Nigerians are no longer happy about the World Bank idea. It's true, because they believe that the World Bank is the one, either they are borrowing us MFM loan, MFM, Mountain of Fire, IMF loan, that will keep us in debt for a long time and asking us to be doing their bidding. Or they are recommending how much you must pay workers, or they are recommending this and that will knock Nigerian government sovereignty under their knees. So dissociate completely also from using too much of economic grammars. Just calm down and say, hey, speak pidgin, Madam Obi, speak pidgin with people. How far now, my people? See waiting. And I like am say government no fit even pay the 18,000 naira minimum wage. This money too much, is too small now. See the amount wey them they earn, no be them they work now they work. Come down to their level. Let them see how, you need to now bring back, not our girls now, bring back those, zealous activities that you display sitting down at the fountain, at your usual points where you sit down. All right, Fountain Square is it that where you normally sit down for the bring back our girls activity. The same zeal, the same resilience, the same consistency of coming to sit down every day, you now need it for yourself now. I'm not saying it is if you become president is because of yourself. I'm saying you now need it for your own campaign now. You have trained yourself through the BBOG period with the way you have constantly and consistently sat with standing tear gas and the rest of them. You have done all of those things at that time. It is now time to import those trainings for your own campaign. But please, too much of grammatically and highly worded press releases and all that will not do this time. Okay? We now need to come down to the level of the electorate who are largely not educated. Even those that claim to be educated do not understand those highfalutin grammars. They can't cope. Alright? So, dissociate from Obasanjo. Dissociate from the idea of trying to use heavy worded grammars of the World Bank. They will not help this time. Alright? That's for Obi. Who is the next on my ballot? I close my eyes and just okay, the person that appears next is Professor Kingsley Moghalu. Professor Kingsley Moghalu also has some similarities with Madam Obi. We know you are former governor of Central Bank. You have done a lot of things. You have policy ideas that you want to implement. But hey, speak in specific times. Number 2, let your VP start working for you in his own region. Number 3, I saw, okay, Fowles the bad guy is not necessarily associating with only one person. Any artist that believes in your idea, maybe if you can get Fino, just the idea, let him campaign with you. You get, but Professor Kingsley Moghalu, you now need to work more to get more Yoruba people, all right, in the Southwest to work for you. I have seen that most of the fans Professor Moghalu has are largely Easterners. Yes, largely Easterners. especially most of the people who are aggrieved about the last, what's the name of that? Was it crocodile smile, or what's the name of that exercise by the military carried out in the East that punished Igbo people, right? The people who are dissatisfied by that activity, but who are no longer sure about the reality of a Biafra Republic, at least in the not too distant time of 2019, are beginning to see if we don't get Biafra, at least let's fall behind this guy. So that's what I am saying as far as the fan base of Professor Kingsley Moghalu. So Professor Kingsley Moghalu, or anybody around him that is watching this live broadcast right now, please, he needs to get the Northerners. He has done enough already pre-campaign, pre-official campaign period, to get the Easterners to be working and supporting him. He now needs to break into the Southwest to get more of Yoruba fans too, and the North. Alright? I've not seen so much of his activities in the North too, and that's a bit worrisome. Alright, that's for Kingsley Moghalu. I want to close my eye and bring up who is the next person. Alright, Tope Fasua comes up. Tope Fasua of the ANRP. I must say, Tope Fasua, I commend him because even before any other person, any other young and new presidential aspirants came up to think about creating their own platform to run, Tope Fasua already thought of this ahead and already hit the ground running. He was already ahead of this and he was doing fine. Tope Fasua, however, also speaks too much grammar. His grammars, yes, are maybe comprehensible for many people who are educated, cerebral equally, but he now needs to begin to tone it down. Come down to the level of people who will not understand so much of grammars. They need to be able to understand what you are saying. All right, Tope Fasua is putting in a lot of effort, and I can say, and I can beat my chest and say that he's doing well. He's one of the few who are doing well with their campaigns so far. Kudos to Tope Fasua, but please, you need to enter the East, you need to enter the North, and you need to bring down your grammar. All right. I know that you have spent so much time working abroad and doing so much things. You are also pained by the situation of the country, that despite your exposure, the kind of people that are governing your country are people who don't even have the exposure you have. But those phonetic grammars and all of those, we need to tone them down now and try as much as possible to speak the language of the grassroots. Try enter the North, try enter the East also. Alright? The next person, I don't know, let me just bring it. Oh yeah, that's Fela Durotoye. I'm going to smile a bit here. It's one of the few guys I love as far as this presidential campaign is concerned. Durotoye needs to, number one, apart from all the commons I've mentioned, he also needs to bring down his phonetic discussion, because I saw him going into Ajegule and trying to speak phone. I saw him going to, Durotoye needs to come out of his cocoon, although I see him trying. He demonstrated it a bit when at one point in time he stood on the road. Was that in Ibadan where? And he was addressing some traders, and they were saying they wanted money per kilo bade. What has he brought? And he was like, guys, come. If I give you kilo bade and I want to recoup the money after winning the election, I will not be serving you. This time, somebody like you gave me this poster. That's why I stopped by to see it. Somebody, I don't even know who put this poster here. It was a billboard actually, not poster. Somebody put this billboard here of me, donated it, and I don't even know the person. I'm still here to be amazed about who did this, for goodness sake. I'm so happy. You are here asking me for money when somebody else that I don't even know is creating a billboard for me. What do you think about the difference between you and that person? And I love that thing I saw, that site I saw. I'm going to play that video separately some other time, but not on this show, because I'm just discussing everybody now and what they must do. Now, Durotoye was still speaking grammar there. Yes, he trying to convince them, but the kind of people around him who were still listening to him are the people who could understand the language. He needed to calm down, use pidgin, How na dey my people? Wetin dey happen? One person that I know does this one very well is Eunice ejide, alright? Slay Mama, how na dey? She will do well relating with the grassroots, alright? But she also has more work. When I get to our own time, I'll speak more about that. So Durotoye needs to seriously calm down, speak more of the language that these people understand. Let them feel you. Let them see you as a Yoruba when you're in the Southwest. Don't speak English language in the Southwest. Talk to people. Ask them. She Egbo Yoruba. She now also understand Wafi. Make I combine now. See, you be my people. I know they here come bamboozle you. I know they here come lie for you now. Speak Wafi. They go they hear you as they do am. You know. Let them know say you sabi speak am. Let them know say you no be body too much. Alright? Because Durotoye looks too much of body, especially the way he wears his suits and all of that. You know. He needs to relate somehow. Alright? So Durotoye, that's what I can say. And number 2 point, which is also very important, Durotoye is also more popular among the Christian folks, right? He's more popular among the. So you need to build that constituency so much. You need to build more on that constituency. Go into more churches in fact, make it a duty every Sunday. Go to different churches and speak. All right, go to different churches and minister. Let them use the Bible as you know it. Talk to them. All right. But the moment you step outside of the church, even if you just one step outside of the church, bro, you no be Christian again. Alright? You be nation builder. You know why I said so? I'm not saying you should deny Christianity. Yes, by faith, by your personal faith, you are Christian. But the moment you step outside of church, you don't know who the next person you are meeting is. Alright? And the reason I'm saying this is because I attended should we call it town hall meeting or a seminar, that giving hope, or is it giving hope is the theme at Lautech. I saw the students who were wearing hijab. They were leaving the hall the moment you started to preach. And that other guy came to also give testimony that you prayed for him while he was a student of Lautech. He has now started his own church. You practically turned it into a house fellowship. The students who were wearing hijab were leaving. They were not happy because it looked like religious insult on them. They didn't like it. They were leaving. So Durotoye, go to churches more, appeal to Christians because you can preach. But the moment you step 1 foot, I beg your pardon, out of the church yard, speak generally, be generic. The reason being, you don't know who the next person you are speaking to is. He may not be a Christian, or he may be a Christian but may not be a churchian, because you are not beginning to have those divisions now in Nigeria. All right, so the moment you step out of church, just 1 foot, please speak generically. Avoid using Bible, because it will look to them like you are trying to bamboozle them with religion. So avoid it completely. That's my second advice to fella Durotoye. And please get more money. You need artists with you also. The Ali Baba who follows you on Instagram and believes in you and always clicks like on your the basket mouth. Reach out to them. Try ask if they don't mind sharing, even if they can't follow you, if they don't mind sharing your messages, you know. Share with them, get their numbers, you know. I'm sure you have, you know. 1 minute quotes that you share on Instagram, share with them on WhatsApp. Let them also post it. You know, it will work for you, right? Because some of them already believe in you, and I love that. So please, de-Christianize yourself when during this campaign period, and meanwhile, go to churches more and identify more with the Christians. God will bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Let's move on to the next person. Wow, this is Sowore Moyele. Sowore Moyele, talk plenty for Sowore. Talk plenty. Sowore has done a lot trying to galvanize the diaspora Nigerians. He needs to now come back home. Alright? I'm not saying, yes, if he's going abroad to raise funds, it's good. Those fundraising are good. You need to continue to get them. But enough of the abroadian or diaspora town halls. this is now season for campaign. Come and face it in Nigeria. You want to tour 36 states of the country, not doing town hall this time, but doing serious campaign. Now, if, like I said for Durotoye, who has some artists who already some comedians or artists in the entertainment industry who already believe in him and are following him and sharing his stuff on Instagram, Sowore also needs to get many artists who are leftists somehow, who are Fela disciples or who are still singing like Fela, to be. If Sowore is campaigning, I expect to see the likes of Idris Abdulkarim, Seun Kuti, Faz the Bad Guy, because of the kind of song he sings. Who else is it? Sound Sultan, African China. If Sowore can get all these people to always go with him and sing for him in campaigns, then I don't know what being leftist means or being an activist means. That's number one. Get all those people who are leftist singers somehow. Get them. Reach out to them. Ask if they don't mind coming to perform at each of your campaigns. If not all the states, at least some of the states. For instance, if you can get Idris Abdulkarim to come and perform with you in the north, it makes a whole lot of sense. If you get Faz the Bad Guy and Seun Kuti to perform anytime you have campaign in the southwest, it makes a lot of sense. If you can get African China to perform with you when you go to Ajegunle to campaign, or when you go to, what's this place called now? Anytime you go to the east, get African China to perform with you, it will make a lot of sense. Maybe you're going to Delta, Edo, and the rest of them. African China seems to still have some popularity there. Alright? So those are people who have been singing against bad governance and who seem to like your ideology. Get them on board this time, and they should work for you. What's more about Sowore? Sowore should also understand this time that it's no longer about activism, but now about campaign. I think Sowore should stop abusing at this time or criticizing. He has done all of those ones while doing his town, because he was using those to explain why he is coming out, that the country needs somebody like him. Alright? So Sowore needs to now remove activism from his campaign now and face campaign squarely. Enough of saying somebody is a bastard, or somebody stole money, or somebody is a chronic thief, or somebody is a... Those ones were for town hall to explain why you are now offering yourself as a better alternative. Now, face campaign and do campaign thoroughly. This is our manifesto. This is what we want to achieve. That is not to say totally you now not say why you are better than others. Yes. But let it not be that you are coming out to say the only campaign you have is to call Atiku a thief. Or the only campaign you have is to say Buhari is old. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what we want to be this. Me, as a day, I don't fight all these people for long. In fact, I believe say one person will be better than the other. We don't support them, but it no work. As it be now, all of us need to come together, come out our country for their hand. They know if it help us. What we want to be this. Number one, this electricity we go down within so and so period. Number two, that you na road we no good. I know what I want to do. Within so period it will be done. If it no happen, then comot me, no vote for me again, or no support my government again. Alright? Within so and so period, since number of people go get employment, that one assurance. Now, and what we want to do now be this. Alright? Number four, the reason why we want to create employment through construction of roads and blah 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 blah. Now, because say we know say we need to construct this country, and we know if they continue to they go import Chinese to come and they construct our road for us and charging us huge money. How would they claim say we don't get money to pay workers when we they give this money to Chinese people? When we get people we don't even get employment, we will feel employed. We have so many qualified engineers in Nigeria, for instance, who are graduates from Uniben, OAU, Insuka, from Unilag, UI, and the rest of them. We won't give all of those people job to take over so that Chinese people can go back to their own country and continue their making their phones and other technological things that they are doing. We also want to start building, explain things you want to do now, all right, and let people see and buy into the dream. Then also, you get many clips now. They play those clips on the screen, on LED screen for them, make the see you don't work already, or you don't to the speak with you, they speak. So remove abuse from your campaign this time. Face the campaign. We have heard all this abuse. It will sound like repetitions, and they will not be necessary during campaign period. That is for Sowore. Who else is there? Eunice Atuejide, fine babe. Now, for those of you who may not know, Eunice Atuejide is the founder and president, or should I just call her a co-founder and president of NIP, that's National Interest Party. Eunice Atuejide is one of the few female presidential aspirants in the 2019 presidential race. Eunice Atuejide, for me, now needs to begin to look at over the months or weeks, in recent weeks or months, Eunice Atuejide seems to have occupied herself with attacking Sowore as a result of what went down between them before Sowore created his own party. It was alleged that Sowore was supposed to announce NIP as the party platform upon which he was going to run as presidential candidate. But then it turns out that Sowore said he no longer believed that Eunice's party, NIP, was straight, and that they were going to be reloaded into the CUPP. So Sowore didn't want to go in that route. According to him, he went to create his own party. But Eunice is of the opinion that it doesn't happen in just 1 week or 2 weeks to create a party. You must have been planning it all along. Why fooling me that you want to use our platform and you made me to waste all my effort and everything believing in you? Well, Eunice eventually declared to also run on her own platform while leaving everything else. Eunice, my only advice for her now is don't preoccupy us, don't be obsessed anymore with Sowore or any other person. Stop mentioning today, my man Durotoye, I love him. Kineko. Face your own. Face your own. Today you love Durotoye, tomorrow you no longer like him because he seems to be one of those who brought Buhari. It makes you sound confused. So please, just leave every other person. Focus on your own NIP, except you're not sure that NIP wants to run as a party, but that NIP wants to coalesce with another party, and then we understand that. But as far as it is not like that, focus on your own. You never could tell. There are so many people who love you, but you don't know them. Don't feel that you don't have people supporting you, and as a result, living off that dream, completely ignoring that dream and chasing after another presidential aspirant. Forget whatever has happened between you and any other person in the past. Yes, you are aggrieved. You are angry about what happened between you or what transpired between you and Sowore's camp. It's so sorry. And I'm not speaking for Sowore now. Sowore has his own, weaknesses or shortcomings. It's fine. You have your own too. So leave it. Just take it and continue focusing. Who knows? People may even begin to see you as one serious and better candidate or alternative than even Sowore himself. Reason being that all those things you complain about happened between you and Sowore, and yet you weren't deterred and you're continuing. Just leave it and say, well, it's my past and it's my past. Leave it behind and continue. All right. Okay, I think there's one more person. No, that's all for now. All right, that's all for now. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the specifics I have. But that is not to say it is exhaustive. Please, if you have anything you also have as a matter of suggestion, please bring them up. Let us see how all of us can help these aspirants to get the best they can, being first-time contestants in an election that started since 1999. My name is Segun, and I want to read your comments now. Patrick Dovrant, see, where is Jubril? That's why I laughed at the beginning of this broadcast, because I took a gaze. I saw that comment. I'm like, I'm not Buhari's doctor. I don't know Jubril. So please excuse me. All right, let's go back. Rosalind Abengowe says, Laugh out loud. Festus Bless say, you're welcome. Thank you, everybody, all of you that are commending and appreciating. Christian Odweme, we should be considering the possibility of being scammed. Hey, that's another one. No. Being scammed by who exactly? You didn't mention. All right. Christian says 5 newspapers front pages sold out 1992 article. Do you understand that? 1992 article. What does that mean? All right. Patrick Doe said, please, my white wife wants to really know about Jubril. You have a white wife wants to know about Jubril. That would be a topic for another day. As more facts emerge on your Jubril, as more facts emerge on your Jubril, we will update the story. All right. Moses Abi, what's up, Shegun? I hope all well with you. It's been a while. Yeah, it's actually been a while because I have not been active on social media, but I'm back now somehow. So let's move on. Rosak Ademola watching from Onslow, West London. It's only Sowore that I see on ground among the young aspirants. Other aspirants should join him. Okay, but I'm just shitete political parties in Adamawa adopt Atiku as their candidate. Like I said, we shouldn't expect all these young presidential aspirants to get it as huge as the existing ones before. All right. Because the ones that have been in the game for a very long time will continue to do what they will do and get it the way they will get it. Alright? So, Moses Harvey said, please, to my own opinion, can you take a look at those pictures of Buhari and Jubril is going down on social media? That's not the topic tonight. We're talking about 2019 and how these young presidential aspirants can actually do well. Right? Someone says Razak Ademola, furthermore, Sowore have been known since early 90s during his university days, fighting the military and for emancipation of June 12. I mean, you mean to talk about the struggle of June 12 then, yes. John Oroke said, let's vote for Sowore. Okay, that's your own opinion. Moses Abi, just asking you a question. What are you doing to help our what in Nigeria? Christian Odweme, GDP minimum wage, etc. and other economic terms won't work. We need to talk about how the cost of small things can drop. Transport systems, schools, jobs, etc. They need to go from door to door. All of them have this job to do. Trying to get everybody to understand why they can't send their own children to school. Why their own children cannot be abroad. Why the children of the rich and the ruling elites have to be abroad, while claiming to be funding education back home. It's funny. You need to, whatever method you can do to make these people open their heads and see what you two are saying is going to be your forte. All right. Christian Odweme, okay, I think I just read that. Moses Abe, why can't you give your support for Sowore? That's a question I cannot answer now. Big Success says, Shegun, how's everything over there? Well, Nigeria is the same way you have left also. Okay, Christian say 1% of the effort of 100 people is 100 efforts. Alright? But 100% of one person effort is one effort. Thank you so much for helping me on what I was trying to explain earlier, that you need more people. Because no matter how good you are, your effort, 100% of your effort still remains one person's effort. There's nothing you can do about that. But 1% of 100 people's effort would be more than your own effort, because it will not even be monotonous. Your own effort alone, no matter how good it is monotonous. So you can't do more than what you can. Okay, Christians, the strength of the ants are more important than broom or umbrella. You are now trying to change that idiomatic expression to bring in your own party. Alright, Omo Bude Evans say, all we need is your PDP and APC are failure in Nigeria, so no room for them. They should allow we international countries to vote from wherever you are, Shay. Moses Abe, can we hijack your platform for AAC? You may not hijack my platform, Okay, let me go back to the comments now. I think I was trying to read another comment. More comments are actually in and coming in the more. Let me just scroll them. Alright. Sowore AAC party is all we need, guys. Christian Odume say MFN loan. IMF immense. Moses Abbey says Sowore Rufai all the way come 2019. Opa Lohan, you're welcome on the show, all of you. Olise Buka, say you are very right, bro. Trust me, you are doing well without extra financial support. You are already mirroring your effort. Okay, thank you so much for the commendation. Freddy Worldwide Entertainment, not mind this Shegun. Let's use his platform to support only AC. You know here. Okay, I don't hear you. And I won't plan cool for my show, right? Big success. Say Shegun Buhari is dead. Check 1 minute for President Buhari in Africa Union on Google. I'll look for that one, but that allegation is gravely, man. Olise Buka Obio say Python dance and crocodile tears. Yes, exactly. Thanks for helping me out. Christian Odume say Egbon Shegun, she can't jare, she should be a veteran, a consultant to the government. You're talking about is that referring to Eunice or because there are two females here, and when you say she without mentioning the name, I recall that I only used two females as examples in this show. Alright, so I need to know who you're talking about. John Oreke said, guys, please let's try and go out there to start on our own to tell people about. Alright, AAC, well done, AAC people on my show. Christian Odeme said, Professor Moghalu VP is one very beautiful madam child. Strategy, isn't it? Now, one thing I didn't mention about Sowore is that I wish that as his vice presidential candidate is from the north, that person is also a strong female. It would have made sense. Alright? If it is somebody that is as popular as that Mama Taraba, I'm not saying it should be Mama Taraba. Somebody as popular as that Mama Taraba and who also get mouths and run streets like Mama Taraba, if it makes sense a lot. But then I just want to believe that the vice presidential candidate he picks is also going to do well. But I've not been seeing activities from that man, Rufai. I've not been seeing. But let's hope in few days, right, that will be seen. Diaspora African, beg your pardon, yeah. Diaspora African Renaissance Channel says this is a very good point. Durotoye is, how can you say Durotoye is? No. Let me move on to more comments now. Let me scroll down. Moghalu's VP is from the north, a pretty madam like that. That is what I'm talking about, you know. That is strategic. That's what African Renaissance say as the whiskey conversation finished. Well, I'll say what I have to say about it too. That's me, I've left it. Flashman can say, what about your AAC? Okay, your AAC is fine. I don't know about it. Your party is there. All parties are there too. Roslyn Abengowe say 30,000 is shameful. I need to know what you mean by 30,000 actually. Okay, you mean workers' wage, minimum wage is very shameful, but they are not even willing to pay it. Many state governors are not willing to even pay that 30K. John Oroke said, tell him to speak Wari language, not all this grammar. Exactly, that's my point too. Rosalind Abengowe said 100,000 naira is needed. You talking about workers' minimum wage, I guess. Rosalind Obenge said greedy governors stealing and pocketing money. That's crazy. John Oroke said, bros, I better go to the next person and leave all this fella Duro and Moghalu matter. Let's hear about our son. Brother, I mentioned Sowore, okay, eventually, and then you saw what I said. Let me hear what you have to say. I mean, your reactions to what I said about each of the aspirants or each of the candidates. Moses Abe, we all are Nigerian. We're all Nigerians, bro. You can also help out, okay? The time is now. John Oroke says, Shegun, you're right. Sowore need all these musicians to support him for his campaign 2019. Christian Odeme says, Shegun has decided to remain neutral. I will for a period of time. Get used to that, please. Flashman can say, stop. Oh, that skipped. Let me take it back. That's skipped. Stop. You've not been following AC recently. Yeah, stop all of that. I won't agree on that. Don't give people bad impression. About what exactly? Sheyi Banjo, please bro, you be AAC. Just finish the old manifesto. I enjoy your job. Oh, okay, they want me. Victoria and Shegun, I'm very proud of you. You're doing a wonderful job. You hit the nail on the head. Wise talk. You are well done. Thank you so much, Victoria. I appreciate your commendation. Christian Odreme says, Shegun for president. Oh my. I don't tire. President of which association? Boy Scout or Girls Brigade? Thank you. Thank you. Let's move on. Moses, thank you for laughing with me, Jerry. Moses Abe says, Sowore Rufai 2019. Flashman, can you came back? You should get for presidency. You guys are pulling my legs, right? Don't worry, in future I'll contest too. Not now, eh? I don't have a party. I've not campaigned to anybody. And I don't want to see any other chance. Well, right now is, let's just try and see how we can help individually, all of them. So at least muzzle. If they can muzzle well, it will make sense. Although what would have been the sweetest is if all of them came together and support one another, and then rather than splitting the 2 votes here, 5 votes there, 3 votes here, if they bring all of these votes together for one person, it will be easy to just make a very big bongo against this. But Moghalu would try to berate Sowore as somebody who doesn't have economic idea today. Sowore is also trying to hit him down by saying, no, you belong to the economic policy of the World Bank. Durotoye will come and say, no, you don't have the mandate of the Christians. I know how to speak their language more, and I can speak Fonya-oriented people. Eunice will come and say, no, I would have supported this person, but oh, you offended me. No more. And then in the later hour, the obvious will also come out. And whereas there has been a Tope Fasua who started as the first person, young presidential aspirant, to have created a platform with this dream. So, we're going down, people. Alright? I don't want to make personal comments here, man. Let's go back to what people have to say, man. Alright, nice job, Shegun. God bless you more and increase you in knowledge. Thank you so much, Olushesi Adeyemi. Bless me, Lord, says hello, Shegun. Hello, bless me, Lord. When are we talking? When are we taking it back? No time. What are we taking back? Oh, I don't know. Is there something that is missing? I beg your pardon. I joke. So understand when I joke, eh? No wala. Christian Chukwueke say even 200k is good, but our economy cannot carry it. That is what Kingsley Moghalu is saying. Christian Odreme say will be Ezekwesili I meant. Okay, you're talking about Ezekwesili to be a consultant in the government, not exactly a president. See, let me tell you where ego comes in, right? Ego will not allow somebody like an Ezekwesili to want to follow or be a disciple to one of these young presidents, because to her she believes that she has edge in the sense that she was former education minister under Obasanjo, and these young people are just coming to join government. So we're supposed to queue behind who? I'm telling you the way an average Nigerian person thinks. I was there before you. I cannot come and follow you. You have to be the one who is just coming in to follow me. I'm not saying that is the way she's thinking, but I'm just telling you what is obtainable. Alright, on to the next one. Paddy Omag says, Moghalu, Durotoye and others are distraction. Okay? That's your opinion. Moses says, I believe so much in coming together, but same here, but if it's not going to happen, what shall we do? Desmond Lord says, Christian, they can pay millions of naira to senators and governors, they can loot billions, but not money. But no money. Please take that word back. Okay, I think that's a response to somebody who had made a comment earlier. All right. Okay, and I'm going to stop reading comments at this point, everybody. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, as I apologize, I'm going to repeat it. I'm so sorry. I'm not able to take comments from Facebook, even though I know that people are sharing this video on Facebook. It's also live on Facebook for those of you on YouTube, but we are only reading comments from YouTube at the time. When I am able to set the full thing up, I'll be able to also pick comments from Facebook. But we can't afford to wait until then. That's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. At least read comments from only one platform while it is streaming to the two platforms at the same time. So those of you who are joining on Facebook, on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel, share this video so that everybody can see, and then all of us can see what we can do together to help this young presidential aspirant. Don't also forget to hit or click the bell button, that is the notification symbol, so that anytime you come live you can get notification. It's just like saying, hey, sign me in for the notification, so that anytime this channel is live I can get notified to come and join the live show. All right. And then those of you also on YouTube, please learn to, understand that we have a Facebook page, the same name, Object TV Media, is on Facebook. Please join us also on Facebook, because there are so many things we share on Facebook which are not live as we do on YouTube. All right, join our page also on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, the same name, at Object TV Media, is on Instagram and is also on Twitter. Join us so that we can continue to take these conversations further, even apart from the live show that we do or we run on YouTube. We have so many other materials that we share on other social media platforms that are not live videos. So let us connect on all the social media platforms. Facebook, Object TV Media. YouTube, the same thing. If you are watching on Facebook, please head over to the YouTube so that you can also join us on YouTube live subsequently, and then we can also you will also be able to add your comments that you want us to treat live. My name is Sowore once again. Yes, I just responded to that this comment that's asking what's your name on Facebook. It's the same name as it is on YouTube, right? So continue to join us, all of you. Moghalu just said something. Say, I beg, you need to start facing us, supporters of new candidates. We need to give feedback on how many people we've reached out to in our own street, in cities, and in our village community. How markets? Yes, I'm trying to do that, but I had issue trying to set up Skype for this live mix that I do. Apparently, I still need to get a third device somehow. But I don't have money to do that right now, and I don't want to bother anybody. But if you have $1 million that you are not using, if you have $1 million that you are not using and you want to support this show, it's welcome. At least I know so many comedians that get people to come and buy table at their show. All right, I'm doing free show here, spending my money to buy data, buy battery for my microphone, my lapel, buy this, buy that, put light up, camera, this thing, do research, do everything to make sure that I give you what you need to know as elections. I'm spending my personal money. And I want to thank those that supported me in the past. But if you have $1 million you are not using, or 500,000 you are not using, or 200,000 you are not using, or 100,000 you are not using, Biko, send it. I want to begin to take people live into the show via Skype, and I need some money to get some additional device to plug into the system. So I will appreciate it. My phone number for those of you that are asking to reach me, WhatsApp I prefer, is 08060606166. If you have $1 million or 500,000 or 200,000 or 100,000 or 50,000 or 20,000 or 10,000 that you are not using, you are free to send it to support this cause. All right, as elections draw by, we have so many projects we want to accomplish, but as you all know, money is, what is keke in English? Is it bicycle or propeller? Of evangelism. I joke too much. Forgive me, please. But I'm serious about donations. If you have, I don't want to bother anybody, but if you just feel that you have and you want to support the show, please, it's welcome. I want to be able to take people in via Skype on the show, and I need additional devices to do the plugin. I appreciate all of you, especially those of you that are always standing by me on the show, who are always coming on. Christian Chukwemeka said, please, we must not be carried away by these very wishful promises from Sowore. He has no laid down plans on how to achieve them without damaging growth in the economy. That is the painful truth. Freddie Worldwide Entertainment say, why whiskey as the topic, sir? That was before, not this one, please. That was in the morning. We treated whiskey's matter in the morning. All right. Christian Udemy says, is responding to Christian Chukweke, says, we have a stronger economy than Moghalu can understand. Can you imagine? Please, people. Hey, don't start this crossfire on my show. Not many countries can survive the amount of looting and expensive government that we run. We can pay workers well. Well, somebody mentioned whiskey, and it reminded me that I needed to also mention that none of these young presidential aspirants can afford to take the likes of Whiskey, Davido, Olamide. Those ones are not ideologically rooted artists. So those ones, for instance, Whiskey, I'm not sure will support any politician. Yeah, I think lately he began to say that he believes in the aspiration of his former boss, Banky W of the EME Records. Olamide is already sworn to his own adopted father. Who is his adopted father? Ambody, who has now been booted out of Lagos office. Ambody is not running again. But what will happen? Maybe we'll look for another father this coming election that will pay money. Davido has already sworn to PDP, so there's nothing you can do about all of those. So stay clear of all those ideologically non-inclined artists. Look for the Seun Kutis. Let us make all this Idris again. Idris Abdulkarim, I mean. Let us make all these Sound Sultan. If you hold Sound Sultan very well, you'll do well. Daddy Shoki, somehow, he's also not happy about the situation of the country, but you can't exactly tell. Daddy Shoki too may believe in those that will pay him money. It was there before, but this new young artists are now richer than him, and he needs to topple them back. So he needs more money. So, but if you know how to get him, it's fine. Okay. African China, one person who is still ideologically sound, somehow is still there. I mean, we remember all these hit tracks then that we are speaking to the situation of the country, and that's why I love him. So if you can't get him, I mentioned South Sultan already. I mentioned, okay, first the bad guy. If you can, try get him, but don't try all those Olamide, Whiskey, and Davido. Those ones, even if they support anybody, it has to be somebody who is paying serious money, because they will bill you. Let me talk like Lasisi. They'll bill you. Anyway, it's Sunday. Do your thing. Comment. Christian Udemy says, all these economists wait for a poorly documented budgeting in order to study the economy. Nigeria is poorly managed, poorly studied or analyzed. All these economists wait for a poorly documented budgeting in order to study the economy. Nigeria is poorly managed and poorly studied or analyzed. We make far more than we can ever know. Statements that sound like rhetorics, I really don't understand them, but somehow, okay. But at any rate, I think I want to put a stop to it. It's been a journey. All right. Did I try? whatever you say. Bye for now. I'll see you again. Until then, keep talking about things that matter. Now go ahead.